Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. What price will you sell your silver? That is today's video topic, and this is actually a poll video, so you will be able to vote and submit your entry in this video. I love to engage my audience, and I really am curious on what you guys have to say about this and also your answers, but more importantly, why. When I make these videos, I love when you guys vote, but in the comments below, explain why you chose that option. Now, I've been doing poll videos for several years on this channel, whether it's what type of stacker are you, what price do you think silver is going to be in the next year, what price will you sell your silver, what price do you like buying your silver, several different things. There's so many things to talk about, and I haven't done one in a while, so I really am curious on what your exit strategy is. I'm going to explain a little bit of mine and explain what price I'm going to, but before we start, make sure to smash that like button. Let's see if this video can get 100 likes. Also, subscribe if you're new because I do post daily videos. So, selling your silver is a tricky subject because it's one we overlook a lot. I think we underestimate how, not hard, but how time consuming it is when it comes to capitalizing on some profits. Now, there is ways to manage your stack and see what price you bought it at and see how much it's appreciated. Like AppMex's tool on their site, there's a chart. It shows you what price you bought your coins at, how much silver you have, how much it's appreciated percentage-wise, all that, so it's a great tool to use, but not all of us do that, and a lot of us just try to stick between guidelines, whether it's buy, under $20 and hopefully sell around $25, $30. But there's a lot of people who've been buying silver who got into the markets when it was above $20. A couple of years ago, silver was standing above $20 for a while, and a lot of us would be losing money if we sold right now. So are you holding on until after you break even, or do you think silver can go much higher? See, that's the cool part about this video is we can go into so many different ideas and different outcomes, and it really does depend upon the individual because, for example, if I got into silver in the $16 range, but you got in at the $21 range, what price is high to you might be not so high to me, or vice versa. What prices that are high to you may be extremely high to me, or maybe it's not that high to me because I think that $20 silver is already high since I've already made $5 per ounce, but you bought at $20, so you're just barely breaking even. See where I'm going with this? It really does depend upon when you got into the markets, and that's also something to think about when you're looking at the bigger picture, because it really doesn't matter about today's price. Spot price is irrelevant right now because you're not planning on selling for how many years down the line. And let's do the poll video. So in the top left-hand corner, or it's actually top right-hand corner, there's going to be a box, and you're going to be able to vote on A, B, C, or D. And when I'm talking about this is you selling your stack. Now, not talking about selling a couple coins. I'm talking about this is when you are jumping the gun and you are profiting. But we can go over this because, A is $20. A lot of people, that just might be breaking even, or maybe just selling out of an emergency, because if you're selling at $20, why not hold on to it? I mean, silver's been $50 twice in the last 30 years. So the chance of it going above $20 is extremely high. Extremely high. So that's just a lack of patience if you're selling early. Now we can go in the $30 range. This is where things are tricky, because it's like, yes, I'm making some decent money, but what if it goes higher? So if you're selling at this $30 range, this is you basically, you're pumping the brakes a little bit. You're playing it safe. You're making some money, but there's a chance it could go back down, so you want to get out right now while it's still good. See, the $40 range, this is where you have a really big option to make, because it could go higher, and if it jumps higher than this $40, $50 range, the chance of it going even higher is even more likely, because this is when people catch on. Now, like in 2011, most people thought silver was going to keep going higher than $50, so a lot of people didn't sell. See, a lot of people weren't selling their silver. they sold themselves short. They thought it was going to keep going higher, but then when it crashed, they, in return, started they wanted to hold on to it because they didn't want to they thought it was going to go back up to $50 until it goes all the way down to 20, and now you just missed a huge opportunity. See, this is why in my videos I try to say sell in portions. If you're going to sell, maybe when it's this $20-$30 range, maybe sell 15% of your stack, and then maybe keep a watchful eye, kind of hover the markets, and then see, maybe then it goes to 25-$30 again, and then you can start to sell a larger portion, or maybe it goes back down, so you're like, I'm going to hold off right now. But that's really depending upon you being patient enough and experienced enough to strategize that way, because a lot of people can't. They're emotionally attached, and they're jumping the gun at any instant. So then you have the $50 range, where this is where you're in it for the long term. You don't care about the price today. You don't care about the price tomorrow, and maybe not even next year. You don't care about those prices because you're in it for the big bucks. This category. I would actually say I'm probably in this category because I'm not planning on selling for 20, 30 years down the line anyways. So by that time, who knows where silver can go? And I'm also curious on what you guys think the price is going to do in that type of time span. Because if you think about it, if silver was $50 twice in the last 30 years, in 30 years from now, that means it's more than likely going to be $50 again, but the stakes are a lot higher. See, the stakes are a lot higher nowadays because the dollar has deflated a lot more. Recession is looming to greater degrees. The politics, or the political side, the geopolitical fears, tensions are rising even higher. Silver shortage is dwindling. Demand is increasing. We need silver more and more. So the chance of it actually breaking above $50 to even higher limits is pretty. I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of impossibility. It's definitely possible. So are you one of those people that are holding on for that range? I'm really curious. I think this is going to be a very fun video. So for me, I would probably sell when it gets to the $30 range. I'm holding off. I'm not selling yet. I know silver's potential. So I would say around the $40 to $50 range, either C or D, I would probably sell a little bit of my stack just to take some profits, but I definitely wouldn't sell all of it. So if I was going to vote in my video, I'd probably say C or maybe D. It depends upon the situation as well, though. That's another factor we have to include, because it depends upon how long has the price been gradually going upwards. Because if it spikes, if it rallies overnight, then it's going to crash extremely fast afterwards. But if it's gradually going up and it builds some support, it could keep going higher. So it really does depend upon the circumstances. But for this video, don't overcomplicate it, don't overthink it. I'm just kind of I'm curious to see. I like to give it's just going to be fun to see like what the majority of the votes are. Maybe I can do like a poll response video, checking it out as well. So just to recap, when it comes to selling, it really is important to understand the markets. You really want to understand what you're doing, have it, setting boundaries, saying I'm not going to buy below this price, or above this price, I'm not going to sell below this price. This will keep you out of that impulse buying and panic selling phase that's so easy to come into and so many people fall victim to. So that's going to protect you from that, but also it's going to allow you to see realistically where your goals are, where your prices are, and when your price comes, are you going to have enough guts to do that? But I also would say, even if you are or willing not to, you still need to sell portions just to make sure, because what happens if you sell all your silver at $30 and then within the next couple months or maybe even a year, then it jumps to $60 or $70? You could have doubled, tripled your money, but you weren't patient enough. So sell in increments, sell in portions, and keep a watchful eye over the markets. That's the safest way to sell, in my opinion. Maybe if you guys do enjoy this video, if it does get 100 likes, I'll start doing more poll videos. Let me know what you guys think about this, and I'd love to hear why. Just how I explained why I would choose C or D, I would love to hear what your thoughts upon this is and why you're choosing that letter. It's really coming down to to your strategy. It's very individual, like I said, in the beginning of the video. It's very individual, and I definitely think that everyone should have a different answer depending on when you get in the markets and depending on how long it's going to take for you to get out, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, or maybe you're never going to sell. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love doing poll videos. I love engaging with my audience. I love hearing what you guys have to say because you're so insightful and so knowledgeable. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.